Hi, everybody. So, let me give you the rundown of what has occurred. Um, I wanted to do my little video in my car. Turns out the storage in my phone ran out, and so I tried again, and again the storage ran out, and I started contemplating. I was like, why am I actually doing this in my car? And I realized that obviously I've been working on it and it's been getting better and better over time, but I still have this fear of being perceived, especially with like a microphone in hand. Like, it's embarrassing. It really is. And I think that having that experience of kind of the universe just saying, like, no, you don't really need to be hiding in your car. You can just go outside in your front yard and do the podcast, which is what I've been wanting to do this whole time. I've been taking it step by step of like starting in my living room and then trying my bedroom, and then I was going to do my car, but I think the universe was like, it's time. So I'm kind of conquering a little fear today, which is being perceived by my neighbors, being perceived by everyone, and having to stay true to myself and having to root myself in my authenticity. But honestly, it's really not that scary. I think I was building it up in my head. This is actually very peaceful. And I feel good. I feel nice. So, I don't know, I had recorded like 20 minutes in the car, and at the end of it, it was like storage full, we can't save it. So, I'm going to try to remember what I was talking about. This past week, I've noticed that whenever I grind and I put my head down and I do the things that I'm supposed to be doing in this material world, I dismiss the rest of myself. Like, I don't nourish myself, I don't delve into my self-care, and I just like sit on my laptop for 10 hours a day. I don't eat, I don't drink, like I don't keep myself hydrated, and my head starts to hurt and I get a migraine, and it's like I completely run myself down for the sake of work and for the sake of like keeping myself afloat in this reality. I was talking to my friend Gabby about it this week, and I came to this realization of why is it that I relate doing well at work with doing bad within and not nurturing my inner self? Why are those two things separate when it is my belief that your effort should be improving your satisfaction? You know what I mean? Like, I need to be in a state of satisfaction in order to give effort and in order to give my energy and my time. I can't continuously drain myself and empty my cup when it's just going to continue this cycle of lack. Even if I'm doing the work to improve my material world, I'm always going to be in a state of lack, and I'm always going to feel like I'm trying to make roots in a deserted land, on dry land. Like, there's nothing there to nourish it. And so I'm trying to find this balance between work and rest. It's really difficult for me to do that because energy in motion stays in motion and energy at rest stays at rest. So whenever I get into this mode of like grinding and achieving all this stuff, and I guess entering my masculine, it's hard for me to get out of it and kind of sink back into my feminine, sink into the state of relaxation and allowing things to flow to me. And I was also contemplating, like, why is it so difficult for me to juggle both of these things together? And I do think that there's a sense of like this capitalistic mindset that was built into me, this like corporate mindset of, if I'm giving effort and if I'm providing for a cause, then my personal well-being is the last thing that needs to be paid attention to. And it's like I have this idea in my head that I am a cog in this greater machine, this greater corporate machine, and like my nourishment is the least important thing. Or that like all of this effort that I'm putting into this greater machine is eventually going to turn into satisfaction for myself, but it never does. I think it's a lie. I think it's a lie that they tell us, or that we're taught, just to keep society in motion, to keep this society that was built for decades, for centuries, I don't know, to just keep it pushing. But I don't know, I don't like that. I don't like that idea. I reject that idea. It's not something that's sustainable for me. And I don't think it's really sustainable for many people. I think we just believe it to be because it's the only thing that we know. But what if work and effort came from a place of satisfaction, came from a place of like overflowing abundance? I don't think many people who subscribe to this corporate capitalistic lifestyle have ever felt that. And that's kind of sad. I wish more people would realize that their life is for them. Their life is not for anybody else. You don't have to follow the rules and the requirements that you have been told are successful or that they're going to be beneficial to your own life. If there is something that you reject, it's for a reason. And I don't think that you need to be limiting your thoughts just because they don't fit the status quo. What if you were meant to break the status quo? Imagine that. What if you were set in this world to bring your own ideas and ground them into reality? Imagine what that would do, how that would impact your community. And I'm not saying that every idea is fantastic and every idea needs to be followed through, but I do believe that whatever brings you excitement, you should pay attention to that. Don't dismiss it. I've also been thinking a lot about people's access to me and how a lot of people just kind of assume that, and I'm saying this like generally, I'm not really pinpointing this on anyone, it's just something I've observed for some time now, is that people kind of assume that my kindness or that me being cordial with them means that they automatically expect to get that 24/7. That also doesn't really sit right with me. I was on my period this week, and girl, let me tell you, I don't know what's going on, if maybe the eclipse is making things more intense for me, but my period this week was absolutely insane. Oh, butterfly. Like, my emotions were from like 100% let's go, everything's in my favor, to literally 30 minutes later, what is the meaning of this? Why is nothing working out for me? Why am I so sad? Why am I so depressed? And I think I should be allowed to experience all those waves of emotion without the pressure of expectation from others. I feel like a lot of people expect, and maybe hopefully other people can relate to this, people expect this level of giving and nurturing from me because I think naturally that's my state of being. But I'm also human, and I'm also a woman. Like, I am intaking so many emotions around me at all times, and sometimes I need a period of time to just let that all expel from me. It's difficult sometimes for me to allow myself flow through those feelings because I feel very strong in my femininity and I feel comfortable doing that, but it seems like people who aren't strong in their sense of self, whether it be feminine or masculine, they take it personal. And it's not my intention, but like, I don't know, just let me be, just let me flow. I feel like I allow people to flow. I allow people to have their highs and lows in life, and I wish to receive the same. And that's another, I guess, bullet point, is that these people that expect stuff from me, I don't necessarily see it reciprocated, of like, I'm allowing you to be your own person, but for some reason I am expected to act in the way that you think I should act, instead of just letting me be. And I've been observing, like, who in my life, what situations in my life, what environments in my life give me the space to flow in and out of my emotions, and what people, what environments, what situations are stunned by it and are shocked and don't really know how to respond to it. And that's fine if you don't know how to respond to it. I feel like everybody's on their own journey. Everybody's meant to experience specific things in their lifetime, and maybe we're just not compatible. Maybe we just don't see eye to eye, and that's fine. But then I get this sense from certain people of like tension. Instead of just like accepting that maybe we're not compatible and move on, they like try to force something or try to build something that isn't really there. And I've gotten to a point where I don't want to people please anymore. I know how not to people please anymore. And so when I put up boundaries, or when I say you need to accomplish X, Y, and Z to remain in my life, they kind of get a little taken aback. I don't know, a lot of people, instead of just accepting like, oh, okay, like, we're not compatible, it's cool, they like get upset. And it's not even that I'm putting up these boundaries because it's a conversation of I'm better than you or I'm worse than you. It's because I care about myself, and I also care about you. Like, I'm only giving you these requirements because I know you can achieve them. If I didn't think you could achieve them, I wouldn't be coming to you with this information. You know what I mean? And it's like I see the potential in people sometimes when maybe they're too afraid to see it in themselves, or maybe they haven't gotten to the point to realize that the things that I'm asking for they can achieve. And again, all of that's fine. I'm just, I guess, speaking about what I've been observing. Wow, it's such a beautiful day out here. There's so many butterflies. It's so sweet. I also went thrifting today. I got these 2 beautiful dresses. They're like from the 90s. I'm so excited to wear them. They're like cinched at the waist. Very floral patterns. Very beautiful. I'm so glad that I found them. Yeah, I feel my emotions regulating again. So hopefully I'll feel more stable the rest of this week. How do I sum up this video diary? I think this week was really intense. Sometimes the intensity is supposed to be there. I think sometimes we just need this massive storm surge to enter our lives, to give us grief, to give us sorrow, to point out all of the areas where we're not content. And once the storm is gone, I think we're supposed to clean up all of the debris. I think we're supposed to sit in the calm and pinpoint where all of this debris is, where all of it is coming from, and then clean it up. And sometimes the cleanup is sitting in your bed and doing nothing. Sometimes the cleanup can be having a conversation with a friend, with a relative, with a partner. Sometimes the debris cleanup is doing something fun, buying yourself a nice dinner. But I've noticed that the storm is always shorter than the sunlight. And I think we need to remind ourselves of that the storm is always going to pass. And the sunlight is always going to endure longer than the bad times that we've witnessed and experienced. And I know it's difficult to remind ourselves of that when we're going through a really tough situation and when all we want to do is escape and run away from it. And that's okay. I think you're allowed to have those feelings wash over you, And I think you're supposed to have those feelings of anger and stress and sadness. Those are all emotions that are natural in the human body. And I think once you allow those to come up to the surface and once you allow them to wash away with the water, there is joy that's going to rise to the surface. And I think that's inevitable. I think joy will always prevail. Satisfaction is always at the end of the tunnel. And I think the journey is what is going to give you the satisfaction to feel that joy in the end. When you feel that sensation of wanting to quit come up, which it will, it always does, I think you have the strength to set it aside and keep going anyways. Because I know you know that whatever journey you're on, whatever journey you decided to be in, is going to prevail, and it's going to give you the happiness, the peace that you know exists. Yeah, I think that's it. I really appreciate you guys listening to my videos and sticking with me through all of my ups and downs. I really love posting these videos. Like, it's really soothing for me, and I don't know, hopefully it can be soothing for someone else too. Okay, love you guys. See you.